Hello everyone, Bogdan is here and I want to discuss decentralized on-chain casinos, Dapp casinos here. So first, the bigger picture is that I really optimistic about this kind of casino. What we do on Casino Index is we're trying to create a community with a selected casino providers, and I would like to have more of Dapp casinos here on my website because I believe this is a future of gambling. It helps overcome the critical problems of gambling that I have been discussing in my addresses, in my reports, including the problems of how do you say it? The problems of jurisdiction and licensing. This is one of the gravest one. The second, the problem of the greed and the overall aggressive capitalism structure of gambling, which is not what the whole community of players want. It starts from software providers, goes on to white labels and platforms, and accumulates immense pressure on the player, which results in a really big loss of money on a very aggressive promo campaigns, on a shrinking margin on the side of operators, which is is followed by laying this burden on an average player, which is not fair and no good at all. Also, the other problems is about problem gaming and about state intrusion. I mean, the state measures, which are most of the time bad strategy. You can read in my big articles here on this topic. I will submit in comments. So there's a whole landscape of big problems that Dapp or decentralized on-chain casino can really circumvent, that don't even purport to actually resolve them. This is a whole another world of gambling. This in what I really believe. But what's in the center of it? So if you look, for example, on the types of decentralized on-chain casinos, you will find there's mostly three bigger types. These are like protocols or platforms of betting. These are play-to-earn games, providers of casinos with play-to-earn games. Games, most of the time, they're made in-house. So these are not actual casino games that we accustomed to. These are kind of simple casual games. They are made to make you some money. And finally, casinos that employ instant win games, other slot machine games, both by big names and also in-house built or licensed. So three big types here, and all of them, they have significant features that actually made them really stand out. First of all, is a know your customer, no KYC, no sign up. So most of the time, I mean always, not most of the time, always, they don't require no sign up. You just connect your wallet, and no KYC, which is really means smooth and untampered, a real money experience. Then de facto, so in actual terms, Dapp casinos, on-chain casinos, have lower house age on the whole of the casino games. So one of the biggest reasons why players would prefer them. An additional, in sports betting, if a casino also has a bookmaker, like two-in-one website, so on-chain bookmakers are really resilient to profitable bettors. They can tolerate this. They would not really ban them. So they don't bet. In the end of the day, they don't bet against this winning accounts. Also, the DIO, decentralized authority. So this is a big topic, but it goes down to governance or self-governance. These casinos are really better governed because they actually depend on multiple entities, not just single corporate entity and so on. So what is the main epitome, the main word for Dapp Casino? This is partnership. As I was discussing previously, partnership is about giving and taking. So they heavily depend on communities, how they build community. So they would require LPs, liquidity partners from the community to become them sponsors, to actually earn them liquidity, but in the end of the day they would give away the percentage of their revenue as a annualized earnings, as a dividends, as a kind of give back for what you commit. And the procedure for committing to such gambling community is, you would add up your wallet and just stake the money. Once you unstake, you have the percentage return. So Dapp casinos purport to solve several problems which are really significant on the whole gambling world. This is betting directly, so no money deposited, so you bet directly from your connected wallet. You don't make deposit and put it into custody at a casino, which is a really significant shift. So there's a greater security, no money transfer, no nothing. Another big thing that it purports to solve is its instant deposit, instant plugging in your money and instant withdrawal. This is really crucial because the tampering things on casino side, when they put you on a pending, on a wait list, and then it's not really good for players. And also anonymity. So the no KYC, no nothing is another big thing that is supposed to. And finally, I would say about the fourth thing that can be changed by Dapp casinos is a greater transparency. For example, they would report, most of the time they would report their bankroll, the number or the amount of bets that they have, and also amount of winnings and amount of distributed dividends. So you see how things are built. So as a player, you're not only a player, you can beat the house or be the house. So if you decided to beat the house, you can make vesting, so you can buy the coins, you can participate in the coins program, or you can stake your money to pull in liquidity into the system. If you would like to bet to beat the house, you have lots of options because the system is built on a lower house age system. Plugs in more instant win games, which are by definition more added and another step into the development of the games. By definition, these games are more fair. Another thing, most of these casinos employ probably fair games, probably fair technology, which is also another step forward into the whole market development. And so you can decide which side are you, be the house, beat the house, or both. Well, some casinos like Honey Play would say you may earn with us more than you would spend with us. So it's like more the holistic experience when you make money and you spend money. If you decide to make a little comparison table between traditional online casinos and Dapp, decentralized on-chain casinos, you would probably come down to focusing on several things that I would put right away. First is in-person betting. In traditional, you go in person, you have KYC, you have sign-up process. It is lengthy, and in the crucial moment when you want to withdraw, you get cut up in these Dapp casinos, on-chain casinos, it's 100% anonymous, and that's all. Another thing, the second comparison point is that online casinos that are traditional, they are centralized in like everyone else. So they put your money in custody. They have the risk, the inherent in centralized company, including insolvency risk and so on and so on. By contrast, the Dapp casinos are really probably fair and powered by smart contracts, which is a essence of decentralized application. The third comparison point is the overhead cost, or the cost of running a business, how you put it, it doesn't even matter. So evidently the overhead cost of Dapp casinos are lower. Much of these things are built on, for example, Solana protocols, which require little gas, and the transaction, little investing in the transaction are really cheap. So the whole system is more economical, more ecological, and it doesn't have the huge overhead costs. What I specifically would address here, a bigger part of the overhead cost of running a business by traditional casino is a spending, or the part of NGR, part of GGR, part of commissions. They go to different providers. It's a kind of, I take money and I give away money to my partners, and I'm left with not much. But what are those partners of traditional casino? These are game providers. Game providers will take about 20% right now. In the early days, it was more 20% of the money a casino make. These are insane. These are putting huge pressure on the casino, and then pressure is put on the players and so on. So this is kind of a crazy capitalist game. Also, they also would go away at least 5%. If we put it separately to a casino platform, for putting it together, for giving them software to run the business, and so on, so on, so on. Also, they would give away lots of money to affiliate partners, to the influencers, to the people and organizations who bring them traffic. So it's also sad, and it's also really put a high pressure. And finally, the cost of running a business in terms of employing a huge affiliate team, most of the time, marketing team, retention team, using the software, running the office, and so on, are really something that has to be borne in mind. So, insolvency cases are really frequent here, and if you look at, for example, at our site, elsewhere, you can actually drop me a line. I can give you stats from what I see. Insolvency cases all over the place, and people, the old traditional casinos get away with your money as a player, and get away with our money as a partners, and so on. It is not really good. It is not what we are looking for. So insolvency, exits, scams all over the place. But in Dapp casinos, the liquidity providers, the community, actually the players themselves, would actually be backers of the whole operations, and the decentralized nature of this operation would make it impossible to put money in custody. The money are put in different wallets and so on. So finally, misleading promotions. The promotions that have been misleading are being caught up by licensing authorities. Every month there are huge fines you can see over the place, especially in England, in Germany now. And the whole infrastructure of licensing bodies are built around around restricting the promotions. So in Dapp casinos, in on-chain casinos, you would see a little or no promotions at all, because the house age is kind of small, and you cannot really afford much. And finally, the governance of these Dapp casinos vis-a-vis the governance of traditional ones. So traditional casinos, what exactly these things are? These are a group of people mostly coming down from, from the world of traffic owners, of SEO, of arbitrage, of people who know how to extract traffic from different venues, from Google, from social, and so on. So these young or not so young people would get together and say, yeah, how about making a casino? All right, so they do it. They put it in a low taxation jurisdiction. They buy software with a small, advance payment, or relatively small advance payment. They would make portion of the NGR, would give away portion of the NGR to everybody, from casino platform providers to casino game providers to casino traffic providers, and so on. They are promising to share with a little advance money in the beginning of the business. They would help. They would reach out on the market to find low-paid labor, mostly young people who would go to work with their affiliate programs, go to engage in this most of the time meaningless conversation on Skype and Telegram, trying to fool traffic providers of the resources. And then it goes like this. They go some players, they try to extract as much as they can from them. The organization is not really governed because it's a kind of group of people. If there's a kind of eternal conflict, so it's split and it's the end. If there's a conflict in budgeting, because most of them are not professionals, so they cannot really predict their spending and so on. So in a case of certain crux, conflicts, or mismanagement, it's false. It is coming to an end. It is falling apart. So it's no real governance at all. In the case of Dapp casinos, well, yeah, it is kind of an ideal word, but most of the time people, the players, the liquidity providers would also hold coins and be a part of DIO, decentralized organization, so they can vote and make decisions in this. Yeah. Still, there are also some, drawbacks on Dapp casinos, among which are the liquidity problems, because at times of peaks, they are really can be manipulated by big so-called whales, the people organization who hold lots of coins and so on. So it is, high volatility, problems of liquidity. They cannot be sometimes overcame, and also this kind of new business and not so popular, so not so big demand for these casinos, which is keeping them small. And finally, there's not so big penetration of the cryptocurrency in the whole society, also because of its internal problems and so on. And it also keeps crypto casino maybe on a little bit on the backward, on the side of the whole, the whole mainstream of gambling. But still, I believe these things are not that kind of grave. They're just tendencies, not more. So, if I put the balance, in my view, so the future belongs to Dapp casinos, to on-chain, decentralized casinos. Best of those, you can find them on my website, including Honeyplay. There were some also good casinos like DVBet, like EarnBet, like JazzBet, and so on. Not all of them are my partners. I'm just also building this community from scratch and trying to take the best of different sides of this gambling world for you. If you have questions, would like to discuss the idea of decentralized casinos with me, or you want to build this casino, or you want to put me on an advisory board of your, or as an advisory team member of your casino, because it's really important if you're making a really would like to make a good contribution, would like to make a white paper and serious representation, it's very important. In any other case, you can also reach out to me by email. You can find my email on mycasinoindex.com website, or drop a comment here beneath this video if you watch it on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.